Hello and welcome back. This is Arunava Chaudhary. You are live on my YouTube channel, Arun Foot. It's another live watch along of an Indian Super League encounter. And tonight it is the Kerala Blasters versus Odisha FC in another game that could, influence the relegation battle because if the Blasters win tonight, they are most probably out of the worst danger. If they lose, sorry, they still could be in it. So therefore, all to play for between these two teams. Good evening, Siddharth. Welcome back. And yes, allergies are still there. So sorry. Once in a while, I'll have to turn it off. And let's quickly go through the starting lineups of the two teams. The Blasters having had a lot of injuries to look at in the last few days. So therefore, that'll be interesting to see how the Blasters really line up. Ashan Vashek continues in goal. In defense, likely Abodoling, Bikash Jungnam, Falunjai, and Mohamed Sahif. In defensive positions, Vibhan Mohanan and Freddie Lalam Mavna, Nihal Sudesh, and Kevin Yuke on the wings. Franchu as a playmaker and Victor Bertomeu in the number 9 position for the Blasters, while Odisha FC on the other side will have Amrinder Singh in goal, Zuidika and Shubham Bhattacharya on the wing-back positions, with Thoiva Singh and captain Carlos Delgado at the heart of defense. The number 6 positions likely Putea and Hitesh Sharma. And in the attacking positions, Rahim Ali, Mafela, and Isak Ralte, with VP Suhair starting off a striker. But again, him and Rahim Ali can switch positions. And so that says if Odisha get relegated, they can shut down the shop as per the reports. Yeah, a number of teams that this whole shutting shop business discussion is ongoing. So therefore, it is something that we will have to wait and see. Both the teams are coming onto the pitch at this moment in time. Sorry. NFL, I said what one. Yeah, if you call it NFL or IFL rather, Siddharth, yeah, it's done okay. It's interesting to see um, some of the experienced teams not there where they thought they could, would, should be. So therefore, that's something which is very interesting to see. And yeah, both the teams, or both the leagues rather, I should say, are sort of fighting for their respective positions. And we're interested to see what happens as both the teams shake hands and shake hands with the referees as well. Still a very, very empty Kalur. Sad to say, to see also this, where the hope and the wishes have always been, that the Blasters support returns. But there's so much at the back end of the Kerala Blasters, which is sort of causing problems. Yeah, R. Venkatesh is the match official with Jamal Mohammed as the fourth official. So therefore, we'll have to wait and see what happens. You know, I want Shillong Lajong in ISL. It will create fight and numbers of fans in Northeast. Siddharth, will it again? This is the thing that you could think from maybe from that perspective commercially. I don't know if Shillong Lajong can sustain itself in the ISL. That's a question that needs to be asked. But again, it has been diluted because teams are playing in the ISL who don't deserve to be in ISL from a financial standpoint. And but again, it's topics which need to be discussed. So therefore, let's wait and see. It looks very likely that Diamond Harbour FC will be the team promoted, and if relegation stays, then Mohammedan Sporting the team to go down. Again, can be discussed. We talk about tradition, this, that, and everything. What is it worth? With actually was not there. Peter Hartley on the bench today for the Blasters, because Jungnam once more as captain on the field, rallying his troops together. The young captain, one has to say. And for TG Purushothaman as Odisha FC head coach. A very, very special return to the Blasters, a team that he's worked with in different positions over the years. And yeah, CK Vineeth, who's been very critical about certain things in and around the club, as a guest today at the ground. And my question would be, did CK get a VIP seat or is he just sitting in the general stands? Let's wait and see. Siddharth says Odisha FC have some injury issues, so we'll get to see if they can keep Blasters quiet. Let's see. Siddharth is, to me, the Blasters' favorite for this because the Blasters have gotten their house intact, gotten their house in order in the sense of after Ashley Westwood has come on, the team has been much more stable. The team has been much, much better, and looks like it's given the club the necessary stability needed as we await kickoff at the Kallur. Both the teams are ready for kickoff, and the Blasters in their usual yellow jerseys, blue shorts, yellow stockings, and Odisha FC in their all black. Oh, Blasters player down. Is that Kevin Yoke? Brought down after a few seconds. And Falun Jai having a discussion with Raimal. Let's see that again. It's contact, but it's not that bad a foul, I would say. Maybe I'm wrong, but I said didn't look that bad to me at least. Kevin Yoke up again, limping a little. The Frenchman. Free kick for the Blasters. Safe. Falun Jai, Sahif. Out to Kevin Yoke. Vibin. Ball for Kevin. Ibrahim Ali in the way. Ball with the Kevin Yoke. Kevin. Oh, goes down very easily, I thought. And Zudika, not happy. I want to see the replay. Kevin Yoke. Nah, that's not a foul, sorry. From that angle, it doesn't look a foul to me. And Zudika even picks up a yellow card. That's the problem this season. I've said this multiple times. Everyone's happy with the broadcast. My problem is sometimes there is these other angles because we don't have enough cameras where you can actually see in these situations, is there a contact, isn't there contact? Because this angle is utterly useless to show me what it is. 2.5 minutes now on the clock. Not much football being played. Kevin Yoke has been more on the ground than anything else. Vibin Mohanan with the ball just outside of the box on the left. It's about free kick Blasters. And Venkatesh having a word with Kevin Yoke. Already has had his moments as well of mistakes this season. Blocked attempt. Franchu. Out to Vibin. On the left, Vibin plays it back to Sahif. Into the box, headed out. And chance now for Isak Ralte. Putia is with him. Raim Ali completely free. That's a terrible ball. And this is what Isak Ralte, this is the disappointment I have with Isak Ralte, that he is a player who can play better, but currently, sadly, is not showing that capabilities. The Blasters And huh? Vikashunam, it's the head of Mafela. Throw in for the Blasters. Sorry. Um, Headed out. Isak. And Blasters win the ball back. Back to Ash Anwar Sheikh, and the ball nearly dies out. But Vibin, Kevin, Freddy, Ivan playing in the midfield. So very interesting. They're still continuing with the three. Isak Ralte. Isak does well. Mafela. Pitia back to Carlos Delgado. Rosina got sacked, just leadership crisis started. So that it's been a crisis for the last 4 years since Todd Bowley and co have come in. I don't know what coaching decision, what player signings have actually gone right for Chelsea over the last 4 years. To be very honest, it started with the sacking of Tuchel, and yeah, it's continued. Here only to watch my idol Rahi Minyo scored goals so that he can be on that plane going to the UK next month. Anyway, I think he'll be on that plane anyway, scoring or not scoring. Long ball headed out. Kevin, Iban, back. Kevin on the link, moves inwards, under pressure, plays it back to Freddy. Bikash out to Nihal, who scored that lovely goal. Franchu wants to get past Shubham, earns a corner. So, Raniba, let's see if he makes it or not. What happened to June Sports Vendor problems? The AIFF cannot stand what they say, and if it happened, why they keep it as classified file of national security. Kumar, why do I have to share it with you or with me? Right? I mean, right? It's not needed. Right? If it's shared with the clubs, presentation to the clubs, that's fine enough. What's the need to share it with you, with me? There's no need from the AFF side to do that, right? Corner, Sahif to take it. Interesting. From the right, he's going to curl it in with his left foot. Saif, tries to put it in direct. Cleared by Mafela. Yeah. Easy scoring. I don't know if it's an easy scoring opportunity, Sad, but he just needed to play a clean pass across to Rahim Ali. He missed seeing that opportunity, and that's the problem. Isak Ralte, to me, in the last 2 years, what I would have said one of the best up and coming wingers in India, but this season, sorry, has not been good at all. Bikash Ungnam, not taking long throw in. Franchu, Bikash. Plays it through to Franchu. Franchu wants to play it, but loses it. Isak. Isak. Isak with a nice through ball, but Falun Jai has it. Sahif. Across to Aiban. Kevin Yoke. Kevin. Chips it forward for Victor, but nicely kept away by Thoiba. Thoiba has been rock solid for the FC at the back. Of course, in combination with Carlos Delgado. Have had their moments, of course, as well, but wrong through ball. Sahif. Franchu. Kevin. Back to Franchu. Lovely double pass. Kevin on the edge of the box. Puts it in. Victor with the header, but Amrinda has it. Sorry, is that bald guy Peter Hartley from Jamshedpur FC? Yes, it is Peter Hartley. Yeah, Victor beating Carlos Delgado for the header, but no problem for Amrinda. Odisha FC build up. Raimali earns a throw in. The referees a little better last year. This year again, they're showing the terrible disaster. Yeah, so that I would have said even at the start of the ISL they were okay. No? I think every match week the mistakes are getting more dangerous in regard to the league table, right? Hi Raj, welcome back. Good evening to you. Good afternoon for me. And guys, if you're liking it, 40 of you are watching this live watch along. Do give it a thumbs up. Share with other people. And if you haven't, do subscribe to Arun for long ball forward. And Ivan wants a foul. Not gonna get it. We send 4,222. Falunjay. Looking for Nihal. That first touch wasn't good. And the ball went out. Throw in Odisha FC. Odisha lose the ball. Freddy. Back to Ivan. Sahif. Looking for Kevin. No. It's Vibin. But can't keep the ball in. Raimali putting in quite some defensive work. Odisha losing the ball again. Kevin. Sahif. Falun Jai. Bikash. Uh, Isak in the way. Throw in for the Blasters. Now 11 and a half minutes on the clock. You okay? Kevin. Kevin against Zuidika, who beats it rather easily. Kevin with a long range attempt. Oh, that's a chance. And Victor. Is the goal given? Yeah, the Blasters are ahead. Victor Bertomeu in the 12th minute puts the Blasters ahead. Looked like the long range attempt from, let's see that again. Kevin Yoke beats Zuidika, cuts in, shot attempt blocked. Ooh, goes over, and no, Victor to me is not offside. That's a good call by the official. And it's 1-0 to the Kerala Blasters. Victor with his second touch nicely puts it over the arm, the outstretched arm of Amrinder, and puts his celebration, puts the ball in there and the thumb in there, meaning his girlfriend or wife. Sorry, I don't know what his status is. And that would put uh, the Blasters most probably out of any relegation trouble. Ball stays in, but foul given against VP Suhair. Not happy. What happened to Genius? Raj, what should have happened to the? I don't know why we're talking today about the Genius deal. Genius is supposed to do a presentation today. Nothing more, nothing less. There is no deal. Raj, there is no short way of comparing the bids. There is a lot of input, output, inflow, outflow of the deals. Let's stick to this game. Blasters versus Odisha FC. Ball headed out. Okay. Prime Ali wins the ball, plays it back. Thoiba back to his keeper. Carlos under pressure and blocked by Kevin Yoke for a goal kick. And Carlos not happy that Amrinda put him under that pressure. I might be unlucky or might be not alert enough in that situation. Lord Raimani will be in score sheet. Let's see, Raj, if Rahim will be on score sheet or not. But at the moment, the Blasters, 14 and a half minutes on, with the advantage to their name, and that would take them to 11 points from 11 matches. That has to be remembered. No one has played as many matches as the Blasters have in this league. But, and after that, they would have 2 matches, but they would be 9 points ahead of Mohammedan Sporting and have 4 other teams in the way. So, therefore, for me, with 11 points, no chance of the Blasters getting relegated. But Odisha, if they lose tonight, would stay on 6 points, and that would mean they would be 4 points ahead of Mohammedan Sporting, and the two teams have drawn. So therefore, head to head is equal. So if Mohammedan Sporting by any chance have a point more. Oh, Odisha lose the ball in building up. Ball nicely. Bartomeu takes too long, and Delgado in the way. Chance now for Odisha to break. Isak loses the ball. Nihal. Nihal against Shubham. Shubham wins it. Shubham looking for Rahim Ali. That's a good ball. Ash Anwar Sheikh clears. That's a good ball forward from Shubham Bhattacharya. And Ash Anwar Sheikh has to go risky. Good clearance. Bikash or Toibo has improved more as a centre back of the years. More, I would say Bikash to me. The Blasters building up. Kevin Yoke getting the ball from Bethumir, leaving it for Saif. Back to Saif. Aiban, who has to been slotting in as a defensive midfielder due to the numerous injuries. Danish Farouk and Karim Benarif, the latest ones in the lineup. Yeah, the Blasters don't have too many options, so to say, to pick up injuries and play on. Nicely combined by the West. Franchu, nicely done. Freddy, still Freddy. But Victor with a shot, but no power behind the shot. There was someone on the right that he could have played. Freddy at the other end. Isak Ralte. Oh, that's a bad pass. Franchu has got Nihal with him. Nihal back to Franchu. Back to Nihal. Back to Franchu. Yeah. They don't see the space. Now back to Bikash Yognam. Falu Jai. Sahif. Kevin. Iban. Kevin to Falu Jai. Nice ball to Franchu. Out to Nihal Sudesh. That looks good. The Blasters set up and play. Nice ball to Victor. Victor under pressure from Delgado. Back to Franchu. Nihal, Franchu. And Delgado somehow clings on and clears. Vibin had made himself available in the Odisha box. And the Blasters at the back. Sahif. Falunjaya. Bikash. Freddy. And that ball to Nihal. Peter Hartley. Oh, shouting at this players. Not happy at all. Lively as he used to be as a player. 19 plus minutes on the clock. It's 1-0 Kerala Blasters against Odisha FC. This could be a big win for the Blasters. They have 7 points from the last 3 games. Odisha. Ball out to Rahim Ali. Rahim Ali cuts in. Rahim Ali shoots and Ashan Sheikh just about clears. Good attempt from Rahim Ali. Cutting in from the right. And putting Ashan Sheikh under some pressure. Yeah, Rahim Ali does well. Sahif had an awkward bounce the ball. And it would have gone in if Ashan Sheikh hadn't cleared it for a corner. 20 plus minutes. Kerala Blasters 1. Odisha FC 0. Puitea to take the corner for the Juggernauts. That's a good corner. That's a good header. But it's over Carlos Delgado. And you see Purushothaman just like, and then over his bald head. Carlos Delgado, the only foreigner, the captain. Now the Blasters. Ayman. Ayman Singh. Ibor. Nihal. Nihal against Shubham. Nihal beats Shubham, but Shubham clears. Oh. And that's given as a foul in favor of young Shubham Bhattacharya, who's done well for himself, young Shubham. Was beaten. Nihal does well to beat him, but then recovers, clears the ball, wants to get up, and Nihal holding on to him. Yeah, not wanting him to get away. That's not the wisest from Nihal because he would have gotten a corner for his team. Odisha now with the ball. Thoiba. 66% of possession to the Blasters, 5-2. Chances 3-1 on target. Delgado. Carlos Delgado plays it across to Thoiba. Ball out to Shubham. Oh, that's a good ball for VP Suhair. Can he keep it in? Yeah. Ibor clears it for a corner. That was needed. That's a nice technique from Shubham. But Ibor goes in. Corner from the left for Odisha FC. Isak Ralte to take it. Second corner for Odisha. Isak. Ashan Sheikh punches it out. Sahif has got space. And Sahif goes high and wide. Collected by Zuidika. Plays it across to Putia. Putia chips it forward. Looks to be offside Rahim Ali. That's the danger. Yeah, Rahim Ali. I was see missing Ben Arif in the midfield. 100% Mahesh they are. But again, so far it's good. What the Blasters have offered. Oh, mistake. Rahim Ali. Zudika. And Mafila loses the ball. Kevin. Plays it back to his keeper. Yeah, surely Karim Ben Arif missing had an impact in those 2-3 matches that he's played so far. But reality is he's not there tonight. So the Blasters will have to manage. Ball out to Isak Ralte on the left. Ball nice idea from Mafela, but Pitea wins it back. Pitea looking for options. Loses the ball. Kevin looking for Victor. Victor trying to keep it in. Yeah, but Odisha win the ball back. Pitea. Odisha taking a little charge of the game. Blasters allowing them to take charge of the game at the moment. In this encounter. Nearly 25 minutes played. Long ball forward. VP's. No, it's Rahim Ali. Plays it to Zudika. Back to Rahim Ali. Rahim Ali to a short attempt, but that's not a problem. Mafela. Yeah, one of those boys who have to do better, Mafela. If Odisha are to get a result tonight. Shubham does well against Nihal Sudesh. Shubham Bhattacharya, young Shubham, has won most of his duels against the more experienced Nihal Sudesh. Thoiba plays it back to Carlos. Back to Thoiba. Back to Thoiba. Mafela. Sorry, Hitesh Sharma. Thoiba. Hitesh. Chips it across to Delgado. Isak dropping. Cleared by the Blasters. Putia wins it. Isak. That's not a good ball. But back with Putia. Mafela. Thoiba. Nice ball. Rahim Ali. And that's the equalizer. It's 1-1 in the 27th minute. And it's Rahim Ali with the equalizer for Odisha FC. Lord Rahim strikes back with the 151st goal of this ISL campaign. And Raj had said early on, Lord Rahim will be in the score sheet. I think someone else said that as well. Right? That Rahim Ali will be on the score sheet. And Rahim Ali is on the score sheet. And suddenly it's 1-1 at the Kalur between these two. Yeah, Hannibal, sorry, forgot your idol. Yeah, what did you mention? Sorry, let me find that quote. My dear Rahim, mi Nino. Yeah. Rahim Ali with the goal. Again, guys, you make fun of him. I make banter of him, but that guy does deliver once in a while. And unable to answer, Kevin Yoke was Changte. I would actually choose Changte because Kevin Yoke to me is too one-dimensional. You know, Changte of old, I would have said. Long ball forward. Amrinder clears his lines, but seems to have been offside. 1-1. 28 minutes on the clock. Lot to play for at the Kalur. And this would mean the Blasters from 11 matches would move to 9 points. Oh, seems to be someone talking too much on the benches. Is it Peter Hartley? Not happy. Clearly not happy. So this would mean Blasters would move to 9 points to join Chennai, and Odisha would move to 7 points to join Northeast United. So the Blasters wouldn't be fully out of the relegation race, even though I think 9 points. I've said before this. I think 8 points would be enough, but it's all to play for. Blasters clear, but Odisha have picked up Hitesh, Putia, Shubham, Delgado. Ball across to Thoipa. Loses the ball. Chance for Odisha to break. Franchu. Odisha nearly lost it there. And after 29 and a half minutes, it's the drinks break at the Kallur between the Kerala Blasters and Odisha FC. It's 1-1. And after the early goal, an opportunistic goal from Victor Bertomeu, 12 minutes in. Rahim Ali, just a few minutes ago in the 27th, to equalize for the Juggernauts. 1-1 at the Kallur. And I think after 30 minutes, a fair result. The Blasters started off better of the two. And in the last, I would have said 10 minutes, Odisha FC had more of the ball, played more football, and in the end, got the equalizer. Once more, the repeat of the goals. Victor, very smartly with the second touch, puts it over the outstretched arm of Amrinder. And then a baby celebration. And then Hitesh to an empty Rahim Ali, Sahif, and Aiban not close enough. Rahim Ali with the equalizer for Odisha FC. Chopolancheri, the assistant coach of the Juggernauts. Blasters can. Let's see. My predict. What is your prediction? Your prediction is an upgoing stock. What is your prediction, Raj? Let me know. And again, cast your vote. Let us know what you think. Okay. You are going with throw in for Odisha FC. On the right, Zuitika headed on. And VP Suhair loses the ball. Jaya, Shubham in the way. Isak with a nice ball attempt for VP Suhair against Sahif. And Suhair in the way, meaning that it will be Blasters throw in. Sahif on the left. Odisha FC with the ball. Isak keeps it in, but Nihal steals it. Shubham has to be careful because Nihal is running at him at speed. Amrinder clears his lines, headed on. Good header from Isak. Mafela to Isak. And good tackle there from Vibin Mohanan. Jai, Bikash. Back to Falu. I saw this year NFDL and was watching 18 League 2 and I noticed most of the teams are not playing from the back. Minimal long ball is this the new thing coming in Indian football or was it there? Abhishek, I think overall it's a new thing. The question is, can the players play it? That's going to be the question. Chance for Odisha to break. It's a good through ball, but Sahif, no, sorry, Aiban ahead of Suhair. So therefore, Abhishek, if the boys can play it, great. Our problem is that when they get older, do they play it, keep it? That raises a lot of questions. Odisha with the ball, long range attempt, but wide for the Blasters. Yeah, Hartley not happy. Is it Kevin Yoke? Yeah, Kevin cutting in. And then Franchu. Miscued shot. Nowhere near the goal. I predicted Lord Rame only would score, and he did. Yeah, that's certain. Okay, voted today. Congratulations. 90% voted and votes not talking about that. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot, Hannibal. But let's focus on the football. Hitesh Sharma to Thoiba. Long ball forward, but VP Suhair. No, this was Rahim Ali. Won't get to it. VP Suhair and Rahim Ali being sent. Cleared by Zuidika ahead of Kevin Yoke. Throw in on the left. Sahif back to Njai. Back to Mohammad Sahif, who chips it for Victor, but looked out. That should be a foul against Aiban, against Mafela. Mafela quite a bit involved. And Thoiba to take the free kick for Odisha FC. 1-1, 36 minutes on the clock at the Kallur between these two teams. Hitesh out to Zuidika. Rahim Ali. Ball going out. Throw in for Kerala Blasters on the left. Mohammad Saif. Back to Falun Jai, who's been quiet, Falu. Not as involved as he can be in the attacking play of his team. Bothered more about his defensive work. Kumar, I'm seeing your comment, but again, let's stick to the game and genius. I've said it a little earlier. What happened to the presentation? The presentation has been made. So, oh, that's a good shot from Franchu. Just goes wide. Yeah, and he shows it himself. Should have curled it a little differently. He has the technical capabilities. The Argentinian, former Real Madrid youth player, Franchu. Nice ball from Nihal. And yeah, took the inside of his foot. Maybe should have taken the outside and tackled in. Amrinda with his outstretched foot. And you can see on that outstretched foot, at least on his right leg, there's quite a bit of taping underneath his shorts. Delgado. And you're good. I can see that you're a Blasters fan. Delgado. Out to Thoiba. Thoiba chips it forward. Bikash wins it against Isak. Forward by Franchu. Cleared. Pitia. Pitia has to be careful because Victor was just behind him. Pitia plays it to Delgado. Pitia, nice ball forward. And oh, that ball went out. No? Okay. It looked to me the ball had gone out. Lucky Ashan was shake. Hitesh. Zidika cleared by Sahif. Kevin. Victor. Oh, Victor brought down by Thoiba. Should be yellow card. Victor Bertomeu. Yeah. But I'd like to see that counter attack from the Blasters, from Odisha again. Yeah. That's a build up from the Blasters at the back. Bikash. Back to his keeper. Ashan Sheikh. Mohammed Sahif. Vibin. Sahif. Victor. Kevin. Iban. Sahif. Iban plays it to Falun Jai. Franchu does nicely to get away from Putia. Franchu doesn't have options to play. Loses it, wins it again. Victor under pressure from Carlos. Franchu plays it out to Nihal. And foul given. And Carlos Delgado really angry with Victor Bertomeu and picks up a yellow card for shouting as his fellow Spaniard. Carlos Delgado not happy. Let's see it again. Bertomeu. There's contact, but the ball is played on. I think it's not even a foul. And he loses it then, Nihal. Yeah, Bartomeu gets the most out of it. Sorry. Not a foul to me. And because the way he protested, Delgado picks up a yellow card. 41 minutes on the clock. It's Kerala Blasters 1, Odisha FC 1. Franchu standing over the ball. The Argentinian. Sahif has also joined him with his left foot. But Franchu looks to me to be taking it. Franchu, Odisha somehow then clear cleanly. Ball out on the left. And Peter Hartley doing like this, looking at his watch and then doing this. He's not happy. Blasters look good in the first 20 minutes. They seem to have lost the momentum. Have allowed Odisha to crawl themselves back into the game. Blasters on the left. Kevin plays it forward for Vibin, but Thorpe just does enough for the ball to roll out. Sasha says, I think that's a good thing. We need more technical players. The issue is that we need a league for U15 and U12 also where they can do it. They need to think about wins too. Yeah, Sasha, agree. Totally agree on that. Can ISL clubs bring better players than previous and current players? Always like the current wages of us. Kumar, difficult. I don't even know who's going to pay what. Oh, long ball forward. Ashan Sheikh collects. Out to pick. Kumar, to me, the point is you do know that there are certain players, um, especially foreigners, different ISL teams who are playing for zero salaries this year for those 3-4 months, right? So that's also a reality. I don't know what the salary structure will be next season. What are the clubs willing? Again, do we have an ISL? Is the whole thing sorted? None of it is sorted, right? We're still in no man's land. So therefore, enjoy the football that we're having at the moment. Odisha win the ball. Rahim Ali against Sahif, and that's a foul. Ooh, was he the last man? No, not a judge to be by Venkatesh. Only a yellow card against Mohammed Sahif. Rahim Ali would have been through. Let's see that again. Yeah, it's clearly a foul. Yeah, yeah. That's clearly a foul. And luckily, Falu Enjoy is in there. Otherwise, it's a red. Mohammad Saif, the next player to pick up a yellow card. We've had a few yellows now across this half. Zuidika Delgado on the side of the Blasters. Sorry, on the side of Odisha FC. And now Mohammad Saif on the side of the Blasters. 1-1 at the Kalur. Last minute of regulation time in the first half. Oh, that's a nice chip idea from Putia. If that goes through, I think Isak Ralte was there. Ball crossed in, but out. Shubham, Pitya, Hoiba, Pitya, 3 minutes of added time. Putia wants to play it through, loses the ball, but gets it back again. Shubham, and that ball goes out, throw in for the Blasters. Bikash. Bikash Youngnam with the ball. Yeah, put out by Delgado. Bikash. Franchu. Franchu to Nihal. Nihal back to Franchu. Franchu in the box. Franchu in the box. Nihal shoots over. And the problem for Franchu was, I guess he would have liked to have played Victor Bertomeu, but Victor moved into an offside position. And Franchu then had to look at options, and then had to play it back to Nihal. And then he blasts way over. 46 plus minutes on the clock. Kerala Blasters 1, Odisha FC 1. And if you're liking this watch along, do leave a like behind. Share it with others. And if you haven't, do subscribe to Arun Foot here on YouTube. Sahif heads it out. Kevin Yoke. Oh, Zudika wins it. But back with the Blasters. Franchu. Sahif. Kevin. Back to Mohammad Sahif. Has to go all the way back to his keeper. With Rahim Ali charging at Ashan Rashek, but easy ball to Njai. Freddy. Nicely cleared by the Blasters. Vibin. Now in the Odisha half. Ivan Doling. Freddy. Franchu plays it out to Kevin Yoke, who's completely free. Zudik has to run out. Sorry, Thoiba has to be there. Back to Freddy, but totally miscued shot from Freddy. He, of course, likes to take attempts from distance, but not so easy for him. Amrinder, doesn't look too happy. Wants his team to talk, communicate, wasting time. What is he doing? He just get a yellow card for time wasting. No. Is it a corner for the Blasters? Okay. Acha, sorry, it's a throw-in. Okay. A lot of confusion. And these shots that they showed. Oh. They've been uncontrolled. And that's the halftime whistle by referee Venkatesh. So the first half between Kerala Blasters and Odisha FC ends 1-1 at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Kallur. A 1-1 in which, to me, the Blasters started off as the better of the two teams in the first 20 minutes. And then slowly, so slowly, the Juggernauts, the side from Odisha, got themselves back into the game. And then the equalizer, 27th minute from Rahim Ali, Victor Bertomeu with an opportunistic 1-0 after just 12. And it's 1-1 at the break. And that means for the ISL table at this moment in time, the Blasters would join Chennai FC on 9 points. Odisha would join Northeast United on 7 points. Mohammedan Sporting currently in the one and only relegation spot on 2 points. So therefore, the danger for the Blasters, of course, is they would have, after this game, played 11 matches, two more to go. With a win, to me, the Blasters with 11 points are through. I think even with 9, I don't think they should be in any danger, but you never know. And Odisha with 7, yeah, could be out of danger, but could be in danger as well. While that shows, of course, all to play for in this game today. And therefore, we'll have to wait and see what happens in the second 45 of this encounter. So let me know what you guys think. And let's also look at this round 10, which is actually quite a short one, which tomorrow has an early kickoff between Northeast United and FC Goa. It has on Saturday a doubleheader, an interesting doubleheader. Bangalore FC against Mumbai City. Very, very important encounter for the Islanders after their first loss of the campaign in Goa. Can they get to back to winning ways in Bangalore? And then the evening match, Jamshedpur FC versus Chennai FC, where Jamshedpur, somewhat it feels they're out of the title race because they're 5 points behind Mohun Bagan, 3 behind Mumbai City. So therefore, they host Chennai FC, who are themselves not out of the relegation race. So therefore, both these teams with their own set of problems, which they will have to overcome. While at the other end on Sunday, in the early kickoff, it is Sporting Club Delhi versus Mohammedan Sporting. Yes, Sporting Club Delhi versus Mohammedan Sporting on Sunday in the early kickoff in round 10. Only 5 matches. And then we go into round 11, which continues on Tuesday with East Bengal versus Odisha FC. So Odisha FC to be back in 10 days' time in Kolkata against East Bengal. Or is that the one? Sorry, that's the one which will be played in Goa, right? So therefore, a few venue changes due to the elections which are happening. And of course, also election results. Jamshedpur FC versus FC Goa on Friday the 1st. Saturday the 2nd, we have Inter Kashi versus Northeast United and Sporting Club Delhi against Punjab FC. Supposedly no match on the Sunday. On the 3rd, on the 4th, it is Odisha FC versus Bangalore FC. And then on Tuesday, it is Mumbai City FC versus Punjab. Mumbai City FC versus East Bengal FC, and then Punjab FC versus Chennai FC on the Wednesday. So therefore, a lot of games in the next 10 days. And yeah, which could us take us closer to Mohun Bagan with a huge break in the coming weeks before they're back in action. So let me know what you think. Let me quickly see. 820 votes, and amongst those votes, 92% are saying that the Kerala Blasters will win. So that's a very, very clear-cut outcome, I would say, at the moment. But it is a 1-1 at the Kalur between the Blasters and Odisha FC. And Odisha FC, after a weaker start, in my opinion, have come back and fought back in this game. So therefore, I think it is a deserved result at the moment as we see it. So therefore, don't forget it. And thanks already to all of you who have liked this video, shared this video. 33 likes so far. I think we can do even better. And we stand at 4,254 subscriptions. So 4,250 crossed just a little while back. Thanks a lot for all of those who are new. And if you're new, do watch my short videos, which I try and do and make on a regular basis, where I try and go and reach out to you guys and see what you should be watching and listening to. Again, my in the short videos, my review of game week 9 which I posted yesterday, day before, of course, the review of the Indian Football League of the matches so far. And then an interesting one is sort of this crisis between the AIFF and the ISL clubs in the fight, who's in control of the ISL. That is something as well that you can have a look at or should have a look at. I think that's an interesting one piece that I did a few days ago. I just posted here as well. So if you haven't watched it, do watch that as well. And thank you as always for your support. Without your support, the channel couldn't grow. That's very, very important, guys. So I need your support for arunfoot to always grow. And thank you to all of those who do it. So therefore, that's something which is there. So yeah, as the goals are being shown again, advantage nobody at the moment. It's fair and square. I think a fair result after those 45 minutes so far. And just get up 1 second. And yeah, it's now for both the teams to see who can get themselves the result, the required result of this. And it looks like that at this moment in time, it will be interesting to see what happens. And but 1-1 doesn't help either team in the way that it could, a win would, especially the Blasters with the win, could move away from the relegation spots, would move themselves clear of trouble. But that will be interesting to see if they can do that. Because so far, um, yeah, the Blasters needing, I think, one more win, and the Blasters are through. The only problem for the Blasters is they would, after today, have played 11 matches, so two more to go. And it's important for them to get that win under their belt, to move away from those relegation spots, which would then ensure for them, so to say, their survival in the ISL, which of course was in doubt a few weeks ago when Ashley Westwood came around, lost his first game in charge, and everyone was like, oh, this doesn't look good. Then changes to the squad. Pranchu and Karim Benarif came in. The big win at Bangalore, which seemed to turn things around. Then the drawback, the 1-1 against Northeast United. And then, of course, now the win in the last game against Jamshedpur FC, which was very, very important. And today, 1-1 against Odisha FC. This would mean in the last four matches under Ashley, 8 points. That would be something for the Blasters to build on. And I guess that's the most important thing, that they want to build on their points table. Right. And I'm back. And yeah, so therefore, that's the situation in this game. And both the teams, yeah. Let's see some of the ratings, some of these stats, match stats. 54 to 46% in favor of the Blasters. So yeah, a little bit more of the ball. 8-4 shots for the Blasters. And 222 to 186 passes from the Blasters. So a little bit more on the ball. And as I said earlier, 3 yellow cards, all for defenders, 2 for Odisha, 1 for the Blasters. So therefore, that's something which can also be spoken about. What are the options on the bench for the two teams? Let's speak about that. The Blasters, of course, Sachin Suresh still out injured. So Al-Sabit is the number 2 goalkeeper. Matthias Hernandez is back on the bench, as is Orumipam Ruiwa, Naucha Singh, Sandeep Singh, Eben Das, Raulin Borges, Muhammad Atsal, and Tyson Singh, the young Tyson Singh, brought in from Mohun Bagan Supergiant. The reserve side has also made it to the bench. And if I look at Odisha FC, Anuj Kumar as the number 2 goalkeeper on the bench. Further, Kojam Beyong, Raj Kumar Sanyasi, Edwin Sydney Vanspaul, Tejas Krishna, Saurabh Bhanwala, Sanatoy Singh, Apova Singh and Karthik Huntal on the bench for Odisha FC. So there, it's not too many experienced options, quite some young players on the bench for Odisha. So they'll have to see how they manage themselves in that second 45. Sammy says, will there be any strict imposition of salary cap from next season of ISL, or will it continue for like the current situation? Sammy, the question is now what kind of form and structure does the ISL have in the next season or in the coming years? Let's put it this way. At the moment, in this current form and structure, there is no salary cap. There have been also transfers, which, in my opinion, have been outside of the window, but nobody has questioned those transfers, right? Some of these things, Tyson Singh going from Mohun Bagan reserves to the Blasters. How did Amay Ranawade terminate his contract post the 31st of Jan and join Mohun Bagan Supergiant? Again, all those, I seem to have questions on those. Um, so therefore, what kind of structure do we have, or are we following? Are we following things? That would be another thing for me to ask very, very openly. And at this moment, I will tell you that to me, therefore, salary cap and other things, financial fair play, financial control, none of it is, in my opinion, there. If you ask me very, very honestly, very, very openly, that control is not there, and therefore that's part of the problem that we have, and we'll have to see how that gets sorted, because yeah, that is not sorted at the moment. That matter, or those issues are not sorted within the Indian football system. It is the way it is, and therefore for me, very, very important. If we get a certain control from the league on the expenditure of the clubs. I mean, I think the best example is looking at Leicester City has just been relegated from the second tier championship to League One, which is the third tier of English football. And why is that at the end of the day? Because also because of financial fair play, and they broke the financial fair play rules, right? So that's something which is there, which is there, and which is a problem, and yeah, and therefore how do we control the financial structures of the ISL? Certain owners are willing to spend. There are a lot of owners who are not willing to spend. Who are, I think the most famous example are Magnum Sports and Kerala Blasters, where Magnum Sports is controlling, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens in the coming days and week. And so therefore that's something which you and I will have to keep in mind. And you're right to say some teams don't even know if they will exist. Everyone's waiting for the elections in December. Sasha, I don't think it's linked to the elections in December. I think it's linked to what is the commercial model of the future. And at the moment, um, again, I'm positively surprised that all of the owners have stuck around, but there's a lot of questions that need to be answered, which are not being answered at the moment. What's your reaction? What's the reaction from the ISL clubs to today's presentation pitched by Genius Sports? Haven't heard anything, Semi, so far. I'm still waiting for people to actually get back and tell me. Um, so for me, um, we'll have to wait and see what it is. Um, it is something which is there is no yes or no answer to it, and yeah. So therefore, for me, a lot of questions I mean, not a lot of well, a lot of questions unanswered, Sammy. And again, just today's presentation will not sort of sort it as well. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. And yeah, what is the way ahead? I think that's the issue I see at the moment. Uh, yeah, both the teams back on the field, huh? With the second 45 minutes to play. And those of you who are new, Odisha FC with their huddle. Those of you new who are liking this, do please leave a like behind. Share it with other people to join us in our ISL watch-alongs or general watch-alongs. 38 likes today. Thank you very much. And if you're new, if you're liking it, please leave a like behind. VP Suher with the kickoff for Odisha FC, who are playing in their all-black kit from left to right, and the Blasters in their traditional yellow jerseys, blue shorts, and yellow stockings from right to left. 1-1, all to play for at the Kalur. More forward, headed out by Ivan. Mafela, Rahim Ali. Rahim Ali back to Zudika. Hitesh loses it. Vipin. Mohammad Saif. Kevin. Sahif has to go high and wide. Franchu wins it. Berthomeu out wide. And a short attempt from Niyaz Sudesh. No problem for Amrinder. Just puts up his arms. Isak. Rahim Ali back to Isak. Isak out for Rahim. Bikash can't keep it out. Rahim Ali in the box. Rahim Ali looking at options. Rahim Ali gets it across to Isak Ralte. Great save from Ashanwar Sheikh. Ball didn't go out. Looked like it. Putia. Mafela. Hitesh. Mafela. Back to Putia. Thoiba. Hitesh. Thoiba. Out to Zuidika. Back to Thoiba. Spoke with someone recently and they reckon the league has already dropped to NFL I-League standards. Zasha, anyone is saying that doesn't know what ISL standards are, have been, and what the standards of NFL and I-League were. Chance maybe. Ball gets through. And how is Suher offside? Okay, interesting. Didn't look offside to me. Let's see that again. That was Ivan. Okay, sorry, that was the shot from Isak Ralte. Odisha a little bit better. So to me, again, yes, the standards have dropped dramatically this season. Ooh, and headed out by Ivan Doling for a corner for Odisha on the right. So therefore, Zasha, the standards have dropped, but the standards are higher. If you want to say that the standards have dropped, then we need to talk about the IFL. So from that perspective, the ISL standards, yes, have dropped, but the standards of the ISL even today are better than what we've seen in the NFL or I-League days. Corner for Odisha FC from the right, 48 plus minutes on the clock. It's 1-1 at the Kalur between Kerala Blasters and Odisha FC. Third corner for Odisha, this time from the right. Tutia to take it. And there's some pushing and shoving going on in the middle. Referee Venkatesh having a word with a few players. And now Putia has the okay to go ahead. Putia, oh, that's a good cross. And headed nearly into the own goal. Another corner for Odisha FC. Putia to take it again. That's a direct one. And Ashwanwar Sheikh keeps it out. Third attempt now. Over corner for Odisha FC. Fifth corner in total. Putia, third in a row. That's a little overcooked. Ball into the middle, into danger area, cleared by the Blasters. And ball goes all the way back to Shubham. And he takes no chances, plays it back to Amrinder. Delgado. Static. Plays it across to Thoiba. Thoiba. Looking for options. Plays it to Zuidika. Isaac. On the right. Zuidika. Hitesh. Plays it to Isaac. Zuidika. Has to go backwards to Thoiba. That's in terms of finances, infrastructure. Sasha, we didn't have this kind of infrastructure and funding in NFL or I-League days. There's still players in the ISL, individual players who are earning more than what clubs used to spend overall as salary, as budgets. So I don't know who's saying these things. Has nothing to do with reality. Oh, Kevin Yoke wins the ball. Franchu blocked, but Bertomeu with the ball. Nihal is offside. Bertomeu has to turn around, has to wait. Take Bikash Jungnam with him. Nihal. Nihal against Shubham. Nihal turns back, plays it to Bikash Falun Jai. Intercepted by Zuidika. And that should be a foul from Kevin. Yeah, this time given. Zuidika had his problems in the first 15-20 minutes. Even allowed Kevin Yoke to run in to create the opportunity for the goal. But since then, has actually done very well for himself. Zuidika. Odisha. Rahim Ali plays it across to Isak. Nice ball. Isak against Bikash. Isak. Isak gets it across. Ashan was shake with his fingers to the ball. Yeah, and that's a wasted ball from Zuidika. But Odisha FC, to me, after 52 plus minutes, closer to the second goal than the Blasters at the moment. Blasters not controlling the game as they did in the first 15-20 minutes. Not asserting themselves. And Odisha better. But this time maybe. Ivan. Vibin. Franchu. Can he give us some creativity? Franchu plays it out to Nihal. Nihal, overcooked cross, but Kevin will get to it. Kevin Yoke. Kevin against Zuidika. Kevin against Zuidika. Kevin plays it to Franchu. Franchu being followed. Franchu wants to play through, but too ambitious. Ball rolls out. Goal kick for Odisha FC. Yeah, it's a big fight for the Blasters tonight here. It's a real challenge for Ashley Westwood's men. With Peter Hartley in charge. Ashley Westwood suspended. Franchu does a nice nutmeg of Hitesh, but no chance for Kevin Yoke to get to it. Delgado across to Thoiba. Hitesh looking for Suher. Suher to get to it. VP Suher keeps the ball in. Plays it to Raimali, but Jaya can clear. Vibin. Franchu with some space. Franchu looking for Victor. Back to Franchu. Out across to Kevin Yoke. Kevin, 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 Kevin overdoes it, but still has the ball. Kevin, Kevin wants to take a shot. Kevin, and Amrinder has the ball. Yeah. Kevin Yoke unable to get the ball to someone else. Being wasteful again. Again, tried to cut it in, and then Delgado, yeah, with the touch, slows it down, and Amrinder, it's an easy save in the end. But there's a player down, or, yeah, there's an Odisha FC player down. Can't see who is it. Thoiba with the... With some water. It's one the reminder, if you're liking this watch along, do like, do share, do subscribe. Amrinder, Putia, and Delgado having a word. Purushothaman asking, thumbs up or not? Don't know who's on the ground. Couldn't see that. And double substitution for the Blasters. Mohammad Atsal and Hormipam coming on with Bikash Jungnam, the captain, going off. And Nihal Sudesh. Interesting to see who becomes... Does Hormipam then play in Bikash's position? Does he play more attacking? Or does Mohammad Atsal slot into Nihal Sudesh's position? Or does he come on and play more as a number 2 striker next to Victor Berthomeu? Ball. Where is ball? Amrinder. Long, cleared by Hormipam. Back to Hormipam. Falunjai. Sahif. Kevin. Vibin. Back to Kevin. Kevin. Rahim Ali wants a throw in, but it's a throw in for the Blasters. Hartley showing, hey, use your head. Peter Hartley. Mohammad Saif. Back with Saif. Freddie. Vibin. Freddie with a long range attempt, but the grounder, no problem for Amrinder. 1-1 after 58 minutes. Thoiba. Nice through ball to Rahim Ali, who will get it across to Isak. Mafela. Mafela plays it through to Isak. Isak just needs to chip it towards VP Suhair. And what was that in the end? Let's see that again. Isak. VP Suhair. Okay, shoulder from VP Suhair, but no foul from Aiban. And Mohammad Atsal with the foul on Rahim Ali. Sorry, on Zudika. Yeah, Atsal gets his ball, of course. Gets his foot on the ball, but brings the man down in the process. So therefore, that foul is very, very valid. Putia, good cross. Oh, Arshan Sheikh doesn't have it. Referee gives a foul. Alu Njai having a word, or rather, Venkatesh having a word with him. Njai, Falun Njai, very quiet for his standards. He's been impressing me in his first few weeks here in the ISL. I've praised him a lot. Let's see that again. Was it an offside? Yeah. Toiba, to me, looked offside. Yeah, and that was flagged by the official. And Ashan Sheikh didn't have the ball, so it wouldn't have been a foul. Oh, Odisha lose the ball. Kevin Yoke. Kevin. Kevin wants to play it across. Oh, that ball got through. Victor plays it to Franchu, and that shot is cleared by Axel. And Victor was offside. Yeah, Franchu trying his best. 61 minutes now on the clock to create something for his strikers. Now that's it. He will have to try. Yeah, and that was well seen by the official. That Victor was offside. But back with the Blasters. Kevin Yoke, nice ball for Franchu. Franchu with a curled attempt, but nowhere near on the goal. Yeah. Franchu is the man that everyone is looking at. Amrinda with problems now. Yeah. Heavy strapping on his right thigh. And a chance after 62 minutes for both the teams to have a conversation and regroup. Yeah. Amrinda with the strapping. Playing through pain. The man who's won ISL titles. And Everett Tiki Purushothaman, if he would lose his number one, he has Anuj Kumar as his backup option, but yeah, that's nowhere near the quality of Amrinder Singh. And some fans have turned up tonight at the Kalur to support the Blasters, who are now being captained by Ivor Doling. Jai. Ivor back to Jai. Jai wants to play it through to Victor, but Shubham does well. Shubham Bhattacharya. Another good game from the youngster. Thoiba. Chips a long ball forward, looking for the run of Rahim Ali against Sahif. Rahim Ali keeps it in. Rahim Ali plays it back to Mafela. Mafela to Hitesh Sharma. Hitesh Sharma with the ball. Good in the Putia. Putia is blocked by Hormipam. Putia just took too long. Mafela. Zudika. Mafela. Hitesh. Hitesh out to Zudika. Zudika with chance and space. Zudika with the cross. Hormipam. Isak Ralte, and that should be a foul. No foul given by the referee. Victor Bartomeu just bundled over Isak. Hormipam. in the half of Odisha FC and intercepted by Delgado. Atsal, that should be a foul. Yeah, Atsal not. Let's see that again. Yeah, yeah. Just got the feet of Delgado. Didn't get anything of the ball. Do you see all clubs forming a governing committee good for future versa? What do you see in next 5 years? So, no, to answer your second question first, next 5 years is way too long to think at the moment. At the moment, I think we need to see what happens in the next 3 months, right? Um, is the Genius Sports offer accepted, or is it not? Or is fan code accepted? Whatever offer is accepted. Let's be very very clear. The costings of the ISL and the expenditure of the ISL is not covered, right? So that question is then on the clubs, and that's the first thing. Do I think that the former governing? I did a. I don't know if you've seen a short video on this topic a few days ago, AIFF versus ISL clubs, because the ISL clubs are not speaking with one voice. All the 14 clubs are looking at their own interests. They're not looking at their overall interest, right? That's the problem that I see at the moment. So therefore, if we want to talk about something, then that to me is a problem in the ISL, that the clubs are not talking with one voice. And therefore, yeah, that's going to be one of the challenges looking at us. So therefore, for me, they need they need a 14 club body where all clubs are represented. But the more important to me is that the clubs need to at some stage appoint someone who's going to run the affairs of the league. So therefore, for me, a league commissioner for the ISL would be very, 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 very important, right? So if you ask me, yeah. But at the moment, it's this Khichdi future which everyone's trying to take forward rather than looking for a proper solution which will sort out. Again, they're talking about a 15 plus 5 year contract. That's nice. But the funding that you're supposed to get from your commercial partner will not cover your costs. That is to me the biggest concern. Odisha FC combined played out to Isak Ralte on the left. Isak, Mafela, Putia, Suher, Hitesh. Out to Zuidika. Zuidika with the cross into the box. Oh, Freddy. Oh, that's a handball. No, not given. Putia. Nice little combo. Putia. And headed out. I don't know. Again, one lost. Vibin. Nicely done. Out to Kevin Yoke. Kevin. Kevin. Atsal is offside. Kevin has to go out on his own. Kevin against Heuber. Kevin against Heuber. Kevin turns around. Plays it back to Vibin. Ivan. Back to Vibin. Nice ball through to Mohamed Atsal. And that ball goes wide. Let's see that if he was. Oh, yeah, that was. Yeah, an offside given. Sorry. A little bit more excitement than needed. With Edwin Vance Paul coming on. For Mafela. Edwin Vance Paul coming on for Mafela. Okay, interesting substitution for the Juggernauts, and Ibn Das coming on for the Blasters. Sudika. Sudika plays it to. Sudika has it back. Sudika loses the ball. Putia, Edwin, Delgado, Shubham, Isak. Ball comes back. Shubham. Edwin. Toiba. Toiba chips it forward for Rahim Ali, but that's a little too ambitious. Ashan Vashek to Iban. Iban Doling pushing forward. Kevin back to Sahif. Kevin back to Sahif. Nice through ball to Vibin. Vibin loses it to Toiba. That's a good win for Toiba. And Falun Jaya in the way. Edwin, Toiba, Putea. Putea loses the ball. Ebendas, but Putea wins it back. Does very well to win it back. Oh, Victor Bartomeu. And that should be a card. It has to be a card for that foul on Putea. Victor saying sorry to his opponent. Can you say give a good fight to Australia and they just lost 10 Vietnam and yes, their physical section wiki. So no, all these friendlies, right? What's the value of the friendlies? India beat UAE 1-0 and then they lose 5-1. Where do we stand, right? I don't know where we stand. We will only know once the AFC U17 Asian Cup starts, or even when the AFC U17 Women's Asian Cup starts, where do our boys and girls stand? Right? Selection, I don't know if squad selection is the key. I think the first 11 will be your key. And does he stick to it? Because, again, the exceptional talent is there, maybe here and there. Huh? So here, Isak, difficulty to control, but does control. Putea, back to Delgado. So therefore, Sonu, yeah, players like Gunleva will be very, very important. Dispossessed. Victor. Victor plays it back to Umipam. Nice ball to Freddy. Intercepted by Hitesh. Putea. Putea looking for Rahim Ali. Losses have it. Iban to Kevin. Kevin, will Vibin get the ball? Yes, Vibin will keep it in. Vibin against Zudika. Oh, that's nice. Ebindas, Kevin. And the ball's gone out. Throw it for Odisha FC. Throw in. Odisha on the right in their own half. Zudika. Sahif. Yoke. Vibin. Freddy. Victor Bertomeo. Victor. Oh, that's ahead, I think, of that of Carlos Delgado in the way. Corner for the Blasters. Yeah, not the head. It's the foot of Delgado. Taking no chances. No risks. Just wanting to ensure that the ball doesn't go out somewhere. Corner for the Blasters. Substitute Evinda. 73 plus minutes. Second corner for the Blasters in this game. It's still 1-1 against Odisha FC. Good corner. Falun Jaya can't get to it. Vibin. No. Kevin against Suhair. Sahif. Iban. Iban to Freddy. It's given as a foul against Suhair. And VP Suhair picks up a yellow for the foul on Freddy. Let's see that again. Oh, yeah. That's a clear foul. Starts up. VP Suhair. Next one to pick up a yellow card. 74 and a half minutes at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Kallur. 1-1. All to play for. Oh, that free kick routine to the side. Didn't reach anything because Amrinder has the ball now. Amrinder goes long. Looking for Isak. But Ash Anwar Sheikh has the ball. Ivan. Freddy. 75 plus minutes on the clock. Hormipam. Victor. Ebindas. Back to Victor. Victor back to Falunjai. Ivan, Freddy, Sahif. Now the ball on the left. Mohamed Sahif. Thinking what to do. Plays it back to Ivan. Ivan through to Kevin. Kevin, nice through to Mohamed Atsal. And supposedly is offside again. Good idea. Mohamed Atsal again offside. Let's see that. Yeah, he is offside. He is just offside. Mohamed Atsal on the edge. Yeah, gets a hand from Amrinder, the young striker. That happened twice. And Odisha playing risky on that last line. Drinks break. TG Purushothaman having a word with everyone, telling what the work is. Some of the chances of those second 45 being shown. Kevin Yoke's shot with the deflection from Delgado. Then that Hitesh Sharma ball into the middle, and that Pitea shot, which was blocked by Hormipam. Could have been dangerous. It's been quite even. And Rahim Ali, of course, also sent on the journey 2 or 3 times in that second 45. Getting some tips from Joe Polancheri. Joe Pola knows, of course, the one or the other trick. And at the other end, Mohamed Atsal getting some tips. Both teams can live with a draw. But is a draw enough for both of the teams? That's the question tonight. Can they live with this result? And I would actually honestly say no. If you ask me, a win would be worth a lot. Odisha with the ball. Swidika. Hitesh Sharma trying to get to it. Hitesh pushed away by Freddy. Nothing given. Vibin chips it for Berthomeo, but the ball goes to Amrinder. Taking his time to Toiba Delgado. Pitea Delgado. Back to Pitea. Back to Delgado. Zuidika goes long, looking for Rahim Ali. And Rahim Ali will allow the ball to go out because it's a corner for Odisha. 80th minute in play. Still 1-1 at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium. Peter Hartley not understanding why his players are not doing the things properly. Corner number 6 from Puitia. It's 1-1. Puitia. That's a good cross, headed out by Masters Odisha with the ball back, but they can't keep it in. Isak Ralte, who's played better today than what we've seen this season, but it's not the dynamic, dangerous. Oh, that's a heavy foul. Referee allows play on. Vibin. I think Sahif. Yeah, that's hurting in the back. Went down hard. Mohamed Saif. 80 plus minutes on the clock. Njai. Asking the referee. Let's see that again. Yeah. It's not a hard foul in that way from Rahim Ali, but the impact hurts. This is a body on body clash. But Saif is back on his feet. The Kallur waits. But the Blasters somehow score a second. Ball to Arsh Anwar Sheikh. Plays it long. Berthomeu has to play backwards. Homi Pam. Only finds Putia. Edwin. Oh, Edwin. Loses the ball to Freddy. Freddy. Out to Victor Berthomeu on the right. Victor. Yeah, being held by Edwin. And that's a foul. Victor Berthomeu. Yeah, they're fighting in two different classes, Edwin and Victor. Free kick Blasters. Vibin and Ebindas on the ball. Looks like the young Ebindas will take it. 83 minutes on the clock. Kerala Blasters 1, Odisha FC 1. Ebindas on the right. Good cross. And headed out by Delgado for a corner. Delgado just ensuring that Hormi Pam can't get his head to it. Young Ebendas to take the third corner for the Blasters from the left. It's still 1-1. Ebendas. Palu and Jai and Delgado having a discussion. Hormi Pam cooling him down. Ebendas. Headed out by Rahim Ali. Ralte can't get to it. Oh, Ebendas. Throw in for Odisha. Odisha taking their time. Zuitika. Peter Hartley and Chintarao having a discussion over there on the side. What do we do? What can we do? little over 5 minutes plus X left. Blasters have done 3 substitutions so far. Ooh, that should be a throw in. Cramps. One. First Hitesh, now Freddie helping him. Yeah. That hurts. Ivan with the captain's armband today. After the substitution of Bikash Jungnam. 85 plus minutes in. Rahim Ali. Hitesh. Zvidika back to Hitesh. Back to Zvidika. Back to Hitesh. And that's a corner. Yeah. Vibin with the last touch. And now Hitesh Sharma with, let's see that. Hitesh smartly puts his foot on and then allows the ball to roll out. Well seen by the linesman. Pitya to take it. 86 minutes now on the clock. 1-1 between Kerala Blasters and Odisha FC. Do we have a final moment, 7th corner for Odisha in this game? Do we have a winner? Odisha. Pitya with a good one headed out by Ivan. Oh, ball goes out to Isak. Isak, captain. Hitesh Sharma misses it. The Blasters very, very lucky there. Edwin plays it back to his keeper, Amrinder. Looks like someone down in the... Yeah, it's Ivan in the Kerala box. Let's see that again. Actually overcooked by Isak. VP Suher heads it in. Somehow the Blasters, VP Suher heads it in. Headed on by Thoiba. Rahimali doesn't get to it. Hitesh wants to be acrobatic, realizing he can't get to it, otherwise doesn't touch the ball in the process. And somehow the Blasters clear. Lucky there, the Kerala Blasters. Amrinder with the ball. 87 and a half minutes gone. It's 1-1 between Kerala Blasters and Odisha FC. At the Kallur, long ball forward. VP Suher to get to it. Suher gets it across. Hormipam doesn't get to it. Isak Ralte against Hormipam. Isak Ralte just goes over. Big chance there for Odisha and Isak Ralte. Yeah, send Hormipam to the cleaners. At the other end, Eben Das. Young Eben Das. Eben Das being followed by Pitya, who doesn't give him space. Eben Das wants to get across. Pitya wins the ball. Pitya goes past Eben Das. And captain Odisha have the ball. Shubham. No. Odisha lose the ball. Eben Das on the edge of the box. Plays it to Vibin Mohanan. Out to Kevin. Kevin Yoke. Kevin, shot blocked. Vibin wants to take it. Nah, doesn't do it. Plays it out to Victor. Bertomir. Victor. And deflected. Amrinda has it. We are in the 90th minute. It's 1-1 between Kerala Blasters and Odisha Football Club. Ball out to VP Suher on that right wing. VP Suher plays it forward for Rahim Ali. Keeps it in. Rahim Ali against Ivan. Back to Suher. VP Suher. Oh, VP Suher. And Throw in against Iban Doling. On the right, it's 1-1. Last few seconds of the second 45. Let's see how many minutes of added time we'll get here. Zuidika to come over for a long throw. 5 minutes. Jamal Mohammed's showing us 5 minutes of added time. Will we see a winner? Will we see another goal? Or will it stay 1-1? Zuidika. Yeah. And there is there are substitutions being prepared at both ends. Hitesh Sharma going off. And then Matthias Hernandez and Naucha coming on. Ivan Doling going off. Matthias Hernandez coming on. Ivan Doling. Yeah, asked to walk off quicker, but two substitutions for the Blasters and one for Odisha FC. Vibin off. Vibin and Ivan off. Matthias Hernandez and Naucha Singh on. Throw in. Fipi Suher. Oh, that's a good ball. That's a long range attempt. Falun Jai saves it. Cleared by Freddy. Oh, chance for Kerala to break. Eben Das. Atsal. And that ball is wasted. Delgado clears. Eben Das keeps the ball. Out to Kevin Yoke. Kevin on that wing. Kevin beats one, beats two. Kevin, that's a good cross. And Atsal doesn't get to it. But Odisha can't clear it properly. Back with Kevin Yoke. Kevin against one. Kevin against two. Kevin against Zuidika. And Zuidika goes down. And that should be a corner for the Blasters. Once more replay. Kevin with his speed beats Zuidika, ball in. And Mohamed Atsal, as well as Carlos Delgado, miss it in the middle. And at the other end, the attempt from Putia, which is saved by Falun Jai. I think he would have gone in. Falu doesn't put his foot in the way. Corner for the Blasters. Eben Das. That's a good corner. And that's a passenger. That's a goal. Goal for the Kerala Blasters. It's 2-1. In the 93rd minute, it is Matthias Hernandez. Amrinder Singh flies past the ball. And it's the substitute, Matthias Hernandez, who head in the 2-1 for the Kerala Blasters. And the joy can be seen at the Kallur. And Amrinder Singh knows it's his mistake. Goes the corner. He just flies past the ball. Once more, Eben Das with the corner. Amrinder flies past it. And Matthias Hernandez is there with his head. Yeah, Amrinder just needed to stay on his line. Nothing would have happened. But Amrinder flies past the ball. Franchu carrying Matthias Hernandez. All the substitute players are there. Matthias Hernandez scores a second for the Blasters. And those two extra points, if they stay, will be, in my opinion, the confirmation that the Blasters have nothing to do with the rest of the season with relegation, because they would move to 11 points and Odisha would be in danger. Though, interesting game. First 20 minutes, Blasters. And for the rest of the game, it was mostly Odisha, I would say. Let's see what Odisha do. Putia, waiting for people to move up, saying that, listen, let me chip it. Putia chips it forward, headed out by Matthias Hernandez. Victor Bertomeu with a long ball. Atsal. Atsal. Mohamed Atsal. And this time he wasn't offside. He could have gone a little bit more, but he doesn't. Ball with Odisha FC. We're already in the 96th minute. I think we'll have another minute or 90 seconds. Headed on. Ball into the danger zone. And Anwar Sheikh has it. Would be a big win for the Blasters if they can keep it. Anwar Sheikh with the ball. Amrinder has the ball. 96 minutes now gone. But he plays it short to Thoiba. Thoiba chips it forward. Looking for Rahim Ali. Rahim Ali slips. Freddie heads it. Matthias heads it. Kevin Yoke. Back to Sahif. Sahif for... Oh, Kevin Yoke! And the goal stands. It's 3-1 Kerala Blasters. Kevin Yoke. Game, set and match. And Amrinder is not happy with the referee's decision. Utter chaos. The Blasters are celebrating while Odisha FC have gone over to the linesman. Ooh, tricky, tricky. What is he going to do there as a call? At the moment, the goal stands. It's 3-1 for the Blasters. At the moment, the goal stands. Kevin Yoke with his goal. And no, goal. Goal not given, right? Is he showing offside? Okay. What is he doing now? Venkatesh. Kevin Yoke putting his jersey on again. But from what I understand, I think the goal's been taken back. Yeah, the goal's been taken back. It's 2-1. Odisha with a potential chance. That ball goes just over. Zuitika. Unbelievable scenes here. Technical lure. The right back in a striker's position. He watches again. Mohamed Atsal surely was offside. And yes, you are too close. You're guarding the ball. It has to be given offside. And at the other end, Zuitika chips it over Anwar Sheikh. And that ball just goes inches over the goal. It's 2-1 still for the Blasters. And it's the final whistle. It's the final whistle of referee Venkatesh. And the Blasters somehow survive to win 2-1 against Odisha Football Club. And Kevin Yoke now asks, why am I getting a yellow for taking my jersey off? Because you've taken your jersey off, my friend. Seriously, some of these players, some of these coaches are really should not be playing football. You know, you do something wrong and then you say, oh, why are you giving me a card? Again, but in the end, the Blasters, wanted it more maybe. Odisha have their chances. But the Kerala Blasters, somehow or the other, ensure that they have the 3 points, the very, very important 3 points. And with 11 points now on the table, to me, the Kerala Blasters are out of the relegation race. With this result, 11 points from 11 matches, 9 points ahead of Mohammedan Sporting, with four teams with less points. The Blasters, to me, are safe in the Indian Super League. How was the game? Blue. First 20 minutes, Blasters, 1-0. Then Odisha took over, equalized. Second half, I would have said a little bit more of Odisha than Blasters. But in the end, Amrinder flies under the ball. And yeah, Matthias Anand is there. Odisha, Northeast United is in Delhi. Sporting to Delhi are in trouble. Mohammedan are playing well. Yeah, but they're not winning. So that's the only thing with Mohammedan Sporting. If Mohammedan Sporting start winning, and therefore will be very interesting to see what happens. But they need to win. Aman, no, that was not a goal because it was given offside. I will once again ask God what have I done wrong to this one punishment. Aditya, that's football for you. If you like it or not, um, you know, the problem today was very simple that Odisha didn't score a second goal, right? And even in the end, they could have gotten it. Google has started showing seconds of the match timing. Yeah, good. Honorable that they're doing it, which means that they're getting the actual factual data. Just let me quickly put out the tweet of the game. 1 second. Let me put that out and I'll be back in a sec. Just 1 second. Let me just 1 second. Okay. Can I say bring better? Wait 1 second. Kumar, I answered those questions early on. No, I don't think so because some of the players are on free wages. So I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen next season. Huh? So these questions and Genius Sports, Kumar, it is amongst the AIFF and the ISL clubs to decide what is the right thing to do, and it is amongst them to look at it. Why do you need to see the presentation? Just asking a question. Modern Sporting, yes, Modern Sporting are still favourites to be relegated, 100%. Uh, um, but again, the teams just above Mohammedan Sporting, be it Odisha, be it Northeast, be it Delhi, Mohammedan Sporting, if they suddenly get a win, who knows, they might get two, right? So therefore, very, very dangerous. Zan Pam got, I don't know if it's a touch. Was that? No, Aman, it wasn't a touch. He was in the way, right? He was in the way of where the ball was going, in the sense of that he was in the way. And therefore, that is what the referee saw, because Amrinda was an outrushing keeper and the player is in the way. Therefore, that offside in that sense stays. And yeah, it is. Um, had it would have been smart if he just stayed away, right? So, but that didn't happen. Um, And therefore, for me, always that's the question: how do you smartly play in such a situation? He couldn't get out of the way, and therefore that the so-called punishment was handed out in regard to the goal not given. Why football Twitter feels that, I don't know, Anubal. Again, a lot of people, I think, have turned their back on Twitter. I also mainly use it just to post stuff for the sake of posting links or stuff. And let's wait and see what we can what we can out of. What's your opinion about Genius Sports deal? Blue, to me, the problem is with the Genius Sports deal is that a lot of people seem to have an opinion about something where they don't even know what Genius Sports is. So, what is Genius Sports? Genius Sports is someone who is a data aggregator, right? Someone who gets um, match relevant information, match stats, and then sells it in the market, right? So some people are saying, oh, you know what, they're a betting company, they're a betting provider, this, that. No, they're not. Then, they're not. So for them, sorry, for them, you know, uh, they see a value in the Indian rights. Otherwise, why would they bid for it? That would be my question. Why would a Genius Sports bid the figures that they've bid and want to buy the Indian football rights? Because they see a value to it, because they see a value of selling it. So therefore, for me, um, yeah, that's that. And on the other side, you have Fancode, who is a broadcaster in regard to an OTT streaming platform. So therefore, the comparison of the two is what monies are you offering, and the danger of it all is how do I generate enough money that the AIFF has enough money and that the clubs get something out of it, and both the deals are not good enough. You know, uh, so therefore, uh, that's the danger, right? So that should be the real discussion. Reliance was paying me 50 crores flat, but Reliance was spending on the product figure X on league production, television production, in general, right? So that 50 crore cash plus X, most probably we're talking about 200 crores at the end of the day, or even more. Northeast United FC in relegation is, yes, someone there with 7 points. They are in the race, right? Odisha today deserve more from this game, to be very honest. I don't think Odisha FC deserved to lose. But Odisha's had now a few of these games where they've not picked up points or have dropped points in situations where they could have, should have, most probably gotten more. That will put pressure on them, yeah, on them as a club, as an entity. And now they'll have to see what they can do. And Northeast as well. Very important game against Goa tomorrow, and they need something to um, to get out of the race. And Delhi for me is also not safe, right? So therefore, those are now the four teams. Chennai, I think with 9 is already out of it. I think you need 8 points to survive if Mohammed Sporting can win a couple of games. Yeah. So that's the thing. Is that presence so classic that nobody can see, give their opinion on AIFF is running 24 for Indians, not for Pakistan? Kumar, you do know how sports runs, right? It is not for the public domain to know about these deals. You know that, right? Do you know stuff about when the Premier League is negotiating with commercial partners, when the Bundesliga is negotiating with commercial partners, when La Liga is negotiating, with commercial partners? Do we know the numbers? It will never come out. So why do you, as an Indian football fan, want to negotiate? know these numbers? What value does it have that you know the numbers, that I know the numbers? If I know the numbers, it's a different thing, right? But the point is, this is supposed to be sorted behind the scenes and sorted in the best interest. No, it's not. Because people are playing a PR game in this. Oh, you know what, Genius, these are the numbers. Oh, these are the numbers of fan code. Oh, you know what, AFF is favoring Genius. Oh, you know what, the clubs are favoring fan code. Right? This is how it doesn't work. But it works in Indian football that way or in Indian sports that way. At the end of it doesn't, right? Because we have this fake thing of knowing numbers, which you don't. If you ask people about FSDL, Reliance, IMGR, and all the stuff that has happened over the last 15 years, everyone seems to know numbers. They know nothing. So what's the point? Right? What is the point of you knowing those numbers? What difference does it make? It makes nothing of a difference. You guys are discussing the numbers. People are discussing it on Twitter and videos and this and that, everything, without knowing the numbers, without knowing the things, right? They think they know. So, yeah. And data rights for selling is gone if they're commercial rights holders. I would think so. The question is, does the AFF sell the data rights? I don't think so. They do. Looking situation which infos now, do you think Genius Sports can come up with an outside of the box plan or an insane plan and then implement for growth in football? Hannibal, I don't know. Again, I don't know Genius Sports. Right? The question, it's a very valid question, but my point is there is no out of the box plan needed. You know what the problem is? People will have to throw money at Indian football to sort this rubbish out at the moment. That's the only thing you need. Because the whole ecosystem is so overpaid that it's all about the money to try and salvage the league system. Something which should be costing 1 rupee is costing you 100 rupees. And you're generating 50 paisa. How are you going to do it? Right? So that's your problem. Our problem is that my thought process is my learnings of the last 12 months has been, you know, give as much gali you want FSDL. And they've done a lot of things wrong. Look at the AFF, look at the clubs, look at even whatever. And look at the discussions generally amongst people. You know, a lot of people will explain, oh, this should have happened, that should have happened. When I realize, 99.99% of people don't understand the basics. Right? Don't understand what the problem is. Right? The clubs this season are doing the same thing that they did last season or the season before at the end of the day. We're not changing, right? And how will they manage this? Blue, that's the whole point. They will make losses, right? If someone is telling me that the commercial entity is capable of generating enough revenue to ensure the AFF gets at least 50 crores, that the clubs get their 12 to 18 crores from a central pool, brilliant. But if I want to add, I've got 14 clubs, I've blown up my league. How is it realistically possible? How can this be done? That is the big question at the end of the day, which is totally unrealistic. Our biggest problem at this moment in time, this league has to somehow survive. The IFL below it needs to survive. I-League 2 needs to survive. I-League 3 needs to survive. The local leagues need to survive. Everything is from a costing perspective too high because I'm generating, right? I need more money. But the broadcasters don't want to spend. And whenever someone tells you a broadcaster is spending, think about why. What is the reason? Fan quality is favored by the clubs as per sources, but that deal is even less money. That's the problem. And that, see, there is the thing. Both sides have different interest because you haven't created the league structure. That's the simple thing. Why did I make a video a few days ago saying AFF versus ISL clubs? Right? Why? Because AFF and ISL clubs have not been able to create a joint body to run this whole thing. The AFF is doing certain things, the clubs are certain doing things, and somehow this thing is running. Right? The AFF does a um, tender where the inputs from the clubs was not even taken. So why are you playing this league? Ask the clubs that. Very, very poor. Now you're comparing AFF was. I'm going to compare Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, body AFF. So listen, Kumar, you don't understand the point. Why am I comparing it? Because these things are discussed behind closed doors and then decided. AFF pathetic here or there. These discussions which are happening in public are not helping because whoever is going to come in as commercial partner will be damaged because people say, oh, you know what? The AFF wanted them. Oh, you know what? The clubs wanted them. These are things that you need to ensure are done and made possible behind closed doors. That is the way how to do it. But hey, in Indian football, in India, you can't do it, which is also harming Indian football. Because then people come around and say, I know I understood what is happening. Doesn't work that way, in my opinion. Who will survive the relegation battle? I think all except Mohammed Sporting. I think still most difficult. I think Mohammed Sporting are the one to go down. As Kawasaki escaped the relegation threat, Arun, I think so. With 11 points, I don't see the Blasters going down. Commercial partners can only put money into the ecosystem. It's not in their hands to grow football. Everything comes into the hands of stakeholders. Yes, Sujal, that's part of the problem. What have the stakeholders done in the last 10, 15, 20 years? Ask that question. What are the clubs doing? What are the academies doing? What are the coaches doing? Right? State, AFF on top of that. What are things that rights AFF can sell to make more money? Um, you've got national team, right? National team rights. And if IFL rights are gone, yeah, then there's nothing much. Again, you could pool together your I League 2, I League 3, Santosh Trophy, Youth Nationals, all those small little things. But can't AFF take less than 50 crores? Yes, they can, Blue. But what will the AFF run on? If the AFF has been running on about 120 crores in the last 3 years, and 50 crores of those, um, uh, you know, on that money, am I going to cut down my system? Am I going to cut down the money that I want, that I need? Otherwise, I can't run my system, right? That is the whole problem of the All India Football Federation at the moment. That the AFF is to run on a commercial system which can't run. If the AFF is getting 10, 12, maybe 15 crores out of all of this, who's coming up with the 35 crore shortfall? Who's coming up for the shortfall in the production of the ISL, which we're not factoring in? Right? In their prime, FSDL was pumping in at least 100 crores. And those sports 18 years where they said, hey, 275 crores put into the system, that was Reliance, one pocket to the other pocket. So that's the point. Can they survive? No. Blue. At the moment, things are going. If the way things are going at this moment in time, if you ask me, genuinely ask me, it's very difficult. The AFF will have to find new sources of money to run its system. Feeling bad for Gary and his side. Okay. At this point, no stakeholder, whether club administrators or even fans, none of them can say, oh, we are doing good. So put as much money as you want. Sustainable growth of football is not feasible right now. Sujal, very well said. You know, that's the point. That's the point. And these discussions of fans, of people on content creators and all those people, right? Sorry, I'll be very, very arrogant. I have warned about multiple things over the last few years, right? I remember talking to people in their face. Last time I went to Delhi, I laughed at someone's face. I said, my friend, I told you what's going to happen. That person couldn't look into my eyes. I said, yes, or now you were right. So this is the problem. This is the problem. It is, be it the AIFF, be it the state association, be it the clubs, be it the academies, the coaches are problem. Players, problem. It's like FSA was damaged if public discussion never happened, probably they never left. Yeah, most probably. Blue. That's my point. You've understood it. People discuss something without knowing what was something and what was the value of it. It's like when people used to criticize Stephen Constantine, where they didn't understand that our biggest success was being at the 2019 AFC Asian Cup and playing the way we did against Thailand and winning, as close as we were. That's the problem. People think to know. People fall for these PRs, right? The facts, the issues, the problems that we have in Indian football are there. I can see it. You can see it. But are we doing something about it? No. Because the people in power don't want to change it. Why did the AIFF, why did the ISL clubs, when they publicized for league commissioner position and certain people applied, amongst myself, it's not about me in that way, but I'm asking that question. Why didn't you choose a league commissioner to run this league? Why did you say, guys, we will somehow manage, let's not expand our costs or something of the sort? Didn't work, right? So this shows me that all these people at different levels who know everything but don't know how to run it, it won't work. It's showing. At the end, they have to cut down the system, cut teams in top tier, cut player salary. Panan will do it kind of insane. Yeah. Because no one was willing to have, for example, a conversation with Mohammed in Sporting. I said, Bhai logo, aapke paas paisa nahi hai. You've got this, that, everything problem. You've got a transfer ban, this ban, that ban. Please opt out. Inter Kashi had to go to CAS to confirm themselves as champions of Indian football because the committees of the AIFF were not in a position to do it. And now again, the Delhi High Courts have gotten involved. If I was rich enough, I would do cases against XYZ at CAS and then just literally take this system apart. But hey, Inter Kashi is being dragged by Churchill Brothers now to Delhi High Court again. So that means the Delhi High Court doesn't respect CAS. This is where we are. This is Indian football today, guys. We have bad apples, we have rotten apples, we have got problematic apples. We are not willing to take those people out in the best interest of Indian football. And then these problems will continue. But stakeholders do not want to work for last 10 years. This entire wage bubble creates a lack of quality pool of players in the market and there's no one to do groundwork. Yeah, but Kumar, if you are the owner of a club, right? XYZ doesn't matter. And you've got people working for you. And the owner says, I want to win the ISL this year, or I want to try and win it next year. Will you say, oh, you know what? Let me put 20% of my budget towards youth grassroots? The owner won't do it. Who's going to do it? And are you doing it the right way? BFC has created some of the infrastructure. BFC has created some things, even brought in, foreign expertise. What's the talent coming through at BFC? Right? That's your problem. So even your first shot, your second shot might not work. It might be a 15, 20, 30-year program which will enable you to create better talent. Our systems are not there. I was talking the other day on Monday at an event with someone who plays professional football, right? Actually, joined the reserve team of a big team, but then said, guys, I want to still study. Yeah, he studied sports and German as subjects to become a teacher. Right, hasn't finished so far because at the age of 25 became a pro. He says, but I was given the opportunity, right, to take my time and do my things. Doesn't work. We don't have those options, right? Their clubs would still do it. Yeah, Blue, the system collapsed last year, right? Reliance walking out is a collapse of the Indian club football system, right? Have we seen any consequences in regard to personnel at the All India Football Federation? Has anyone said, you know what, I take accountability of what has happened? Because people don't want to move. People are not willing to do the right things, right? That to me is your biggest problem. How will they have running with this kind of budget in if we're stuck in a vicious cycle, nothing's happening under generation? I think, well, that's the problem. That is the problem, that something should have been built over the last 15 years or 16 years rather. And it hasn't been, and nothing has been. That is the struggle we are in now. Fan culture is just a social media thing in Indian football. Shameful tendencies, and I said not even 100,000 odd fans turning up for a qualifier decided India Singapore was too much. And then we ask why someone doesn't put money in Indian football, but why should one? But why should one? So yeah, reality. Look at, with all its problems of that craze, the craze in Bangladesh at the moment. Even when Nepal plays, forget men's, look at the women's team when they play. What interest there is. Yes, you know, if we're discussing this topic and there's watch-alongs in this, again, there are more than usual. There are more than 40 people still here in this channel after 2.5 hours. Right. So thank you very, very much. This video is gonna reach, yeah, most probably 20,000 views, right? Numbers of subscribers has grown. Nice. Okay. But again, this should be a discussion which we had here on Our Own Foot with what? 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 people. We are still talking about India as a country of 1.4 billion. That's a reality. So, as much, there should be more. How many times Mohan Bagan want to win ISL? What is the point of winning ISL and become walkover in the FC? Literally, dead bodies in the FC. Kumar, good question. Very valid question. But this is to be asked to Mr. Goenka or to the Mohan Bagan club officials who celebrate it when they win it. No? For me, that's why if I look at the ISL table at this point in time, I see Mohun Bagan at the top, then I see Mumbai City, then I see FC Goa, East Bengal, even Mangalore and Jamshedpur. Let's take the top 6 or even Punjab into the mix. You know what? In the interest of Indian football, and I say this, being a Bengali, Mohun Bagan and East Bengal should not win it. The best story would be if Mumbai City win it, and I say this independently of being one of the founders of Mumbai City FC, because that would be a story in itself. But even FC Goa winning it, right, would be great. Jamshedpur, Punjab would be brilliant, but they threw it away against Mohun Bagan. So that's the point. But what is intercaste wage crisis? Anything, as Habas said about it? Blue, I don't think, I've heard from the Interkashi guys that it's not rather about the wage crisis. I think what he was speaking about is that, again, the club is being dragged to court again in Delhi. That is what supposedly the Interkashi, and multiple guys have told me, supposedly there is no wage crisis. So therefore, that's the thing, right? Even, is it a truth or not? I don't know. I can't understand how can you be passionate about a club, kilometers away and die for the club, but can't even go 10, 20 kilometers support a local club. And then these are people saying there's no football. So Joel, very, very good point that you raise. Good question. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. It is India, right? So that's your problem that we have. And yeah. So therefore, for me, when I always say And I say this out of own experience. If you've never you can be a fan of XYZ club, doesn't matter. It's crazy that people who don't know what Brazil or Argentina stands for are willing to support Brazil and Argentina in football. You know, um, but to me that's very very important. Right? Why do I prefer to go locally here, FC Remscheid 6th division, than rather a Bundesliga match? Because I'm attached to my team. The first football I saw was FC Remscheid here. Of course, in those days, second Bundesliga. So sadly, those days are gone. But again, that's what it is. Hannibal says no money equal to no youth development, equal to no performance, no viewers, no money, no dirt, no performance. Hannibal, yeah. Therefore, for me, the only solution at this moment, if I am being very, very honest to you, is players of Indian origin. I will fight for it as long as it's not cleared. Let's see what happens. Does Mr. Goenka know that he can make money by producing world-class players? Hannibal, world-class players producing and making money. Where are your world-class players going to be produced? Mr. Goenka has declined of wanting an academy for the last 12 years and spending on grassroots and youth football, right? So he could have, but he rather buys a J McLaren than produce, let's say, a J McLaren in the long run. Don't worry, Jamshedpur will win. And Hannibal, I doubt that. Now my friend spent ticket 4K. He's IT guy. He said that it is just 4,000 rupee for IPL match. Even India can spend, but these guys are not in football. You have to. Cricket audience for that. A national team has to have success. But he does not even watch cricket. Rarely people in India have money. Those people are not in football. Kumar, yes, very true. But what I've learned over the last few weeks also is from people telling me, and when I was in India late last month, earlier this month, I realized that a lot of things are that even cricket seems to have crossed a threshold where the level of interest is going down. Friends of mine who've been hardcore cricket fans are no longer watching cricket. So maybe cricket has done too much of PR and whatever to try and push itself. The problem is that people think that when you watch a Premier League football game or a La Liga game, Bundesliga, whatever, Champions League, that football is XYZ better. Um, and yeah, it's entertainment, right? And Blue, exactly that's the point. IPL is not about cricket, it's about vibes. It's about entertainment, being part of something, whatever, blah blah. And that's yeah. I mean, if I look at, for example, United fans, Man United fans, I look at Chelsea fans at the moment, Liverpool fans at the moment, right? Yes, you've had success, but or even Arsenal fans, right? Arsenal has not, I mean, I was talking about it at the time when I was in Mumbai City with Nicolas Anelka and Freddie Ljungberg. And Freddie was part of the Invincibles in 2003, 2004. And the question is if sports in India has become just a part of entertainment. So does Indian football have to recreate itself as an entertainment product? Which, again, in Europe, I was talking about handball earlier this week. We were actually discussing it on Monday as well. About what handball needs to do, because handball, the final four was played over the weekend, which is the German Cup final four. Four semifinals, two semifinals are played on Saturday. Third place finals played on a Sunday, and they now played on a glass ground, which which shows you the linings of the match. And when the match is off, you can use that thing for anything and everything. So yeah, look at Major League Baseball. Sorry, look at NFL, National Football League, American football. Look at NBA. It's a commercial product, and I think that's what we need for India. IPL kind of destroyed conventional cricket interest, most probably. Right? I think someone was telling me the other day that Test cricket has become niche. Cricket watchers don't really like cricket. They watch it because everyone watches, and everyone watches because they like controlled television fed cricket to us as the greatest sports in the world. Yeah, very true. Success shouldn't be the thing for fans to support a team. If it gets relegated, if fans would leave them, then football wouldn't exist. It all comes down to glory hunting that we Indians do. So, Joel, very well said once more. And I'll tell you an example, in my opinion, which is, I think, my best example of what you just said, right? Leicester City. Leicester City just got relegated from the championship to League One. 10 years ago, they were the champions of the Premier League. right? So there are still people who will support Leicester City, right? Leicester City will be supported, right? And there will be a lot of criticism, a lot of things said. But at the end of the day, those same people will return next season and support them in League One because it's their club, right? Great odds in even Pakistan is only two elites. Most of Pakistan cricketers from rich household. However, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to comment on that. Even in India, 10, 15 years back, most of the players in national team were from elite household. That's true. I think entertainment can work. People like stars here, but to make appeal to spend big, which is not possible. Blue, yeah, that's the thing. But again, the question is, what is how do you sell your entertainment? How do you package it? How do you sell it into the market? That is, I think, where Indian football falters. You know, and so therefore, that's the reality. Now, the Indian football wants money. There are a lot of people in IT who has money like anything. Clubs need to track these guys. Kumar, IT has a lot of money, but the football centers we're talking about, where are the IT guys? Okay, we can talk about Bangalore, maybe if a team is there in Hyderabad, but where are the IT guys in, I don't know, in Kochi or in Kolkata or Northeast, Goa, right? It is difficult. It is again, and the other thing is again, and this point shows it to me. You cannot generalize. I will have to find different solutions for different cities or regions. That's the biggest challenge in Indian football. That's the biggest challenge. I need to have a different solution for Kolkata than I have to have for Bangalore. Kochi will be different than Hyderabad, then Chennai, then Mumbai, then Goa, then Delhi, then Punjab and Northeast. Each state is different. All need own solution. But still, I said initially was successful in value. Blue, it was entertainment, and it was superstars, right? We again we had World Cup winners, this and that, everything. I mean, if I think Ye Diwali, Football Wali as the campaign, right, with Freddie Ljungberg and Alessandro Del Piero leading the campaign, right? So what kind of players did I have, right? And I had Bollywood superstars. I mean, Mumbai City, every match day we had superstars sitting in our box. Reality. This is about Chevrolet C Tour of India, where they played in Kolkata and Shillong. The tour about and how it took place. Was it Sheffield United, or do you remember the results? I don't think Sheffield. No, it was Sheffield FC, the oldest club in the world. I don't think Sheffield FC have. Did they play in India? I don't think they played in India. No? I think their management came over. It was not Sheffield United or Sheffield Wednesday. It was Sheffield FC, the oldest football club in the world. It's not about it, guys. Kolkata even got to have good IPL crowd, right? So you get them is the question how. Yeah, Blue. And our problem is, how do I get quality crowds who are willing to pay to come and watch my football? That is the challenge, right? That is the challenge. At the moment, uh, people who want to go to football don't want to pay. Huge problem. Indian football's biggest problem is, who wants to go to football matches to watch? They don't want to pay, right? So as long as you don't sort that, it's going to be very, very difficult. And so therefore, for me, hmm, how can we sort these issues? How can we solve these problems? And if we can solve these problems, how can we move forward in the right direction? So that's the thing. Another one thing you say I will accept is that also, if we get success with national men's team live football, just one time to World Cup with Osei will change faith of football overnight in India. Yeah, Uma. Is it? Yeah, right. I was watching AIFF coverage where they were talking about the tour they played against Shillong Ajong and were impressed by the club. I think they said 2010. So I don't remember. Um, I don't know if they played again. I don't. Honestly, you know. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, people spent 6K for IPL but don't want to pay 200 in fan court. Yeah, forget 200. Listen, there are people left, right, and center asking. At least today it didn't happen, but in the last few weeks, it's been a reoccurring thing that people are coming and asking for a life link, right? So that's part of the problem now we're facing. For me, that's big problem. The people are not willing. Forget 200. People are cribbing when India loses of having paid 19 or 25 rupees. Not happen, right? Michael Vaughan was asking about to buy Sheffield Wednesday. Okay, Hannibal. The money will flow into Indian football like anything sponsors come to run around where David at night. Kumar, let's wait and see. Again, even if that happens, right? Again, this thing needs to happen. But again, where is the decision from the upper bodies to allow enable origin players to play for us? No, that's the problem at the end of the day. No, that's if that dream is there. But yeah, let's see. मंदिर नहीं चाहिए कब्जा नहीं आता है नहीं चाहिए हमें बस उसे players चाहिए Hannibal, very difficult. The problem with OCIs is I think it'll happen one day. The question is how can it happen, right? To me, that is the question at the end of the day. How can it happen? How will it happen? And there is no simple answer to that. To me, there is no, you know what, it'll happen like this or it'll happen like that, because the point at the end of the day is the challenge is how will it happen? Um, so you know, it's a very difficult scenario to get us into the right direction, right? So to me, um, the challenges remain. Now the free matches thing habituated by Geo Hotstar in cricket. No, Kumar, it was there earlier also. In the sense of that people wanted, again, our people, because you've even in your terrestrial broadcast, you were paying for your, let's say, sports package. Are you paying extra for Indian football? No, you're not. Right. Are you paying extra for your Premier League football? Theoretically, originally not. Later on, of course, it went to that Star Sports HD Select or whatever it was called, right? Which were extra packages. But the point at the end of the day is people are not willing to pay. And again, Geo Hotstar, yes, again, all of these things, whenever it is freely available, any streaming platform, it's a problem. Or it is part of your bundle of whatever with your mobile phone or whatever it is. Are we going with Khalid as head coach and for how long? Blue, I think in May and June, he's going to stay. And then we'll see. Yandana can play in Europe with Indian passport of all UK. Then why he is against? Kumar, if he plays in Europe, Yan Danda normally will take 12 years to get an Indian passport. Don't, and this is what I've realized also, some people are misguiding people because Ryan Williams has got his passports in 2 years. If there would be a Ryan Williams version B and wants to do it, I don't know if he's going to get it in 2 years. Right? So let's be very clear on that. Let alone wanting people to pay small money, even when there's free entry in stadiums, we can't get fans to come into stadiums. That's another thing. Look at Delhi. Punjab FC have been doing free matches, struggling, right? And then people say spend on PR. Yeah, they can spend on PR, but is the ratio of spending PR and people attending matches in stadiums, is that going to work? No, it's not. So these are things which if I like it or not, I will have to buy into, right? Uh, so therefore, it's yeah, it's not about the 5 rupees, the 15 rupees, the 20 rupees, or 200, 500. It won't work. Another sport package worst thing habituating. Yeah, but Kumar, but packages you have elsewhere as well, right? So therefore, that's not a thing, right? But in Europe, we are forced because it has left terrestrial television. It's gone into streaming. So therefore, I have to buy a Sky Germany package. I have to buy a DAZN package. Ideally, you should have Amazon Prime. You do not now need to have Deutsche Telekom's Magenta package as well. Why it takes 2 years? Like, what are they doing? Blue normally takes 5 years to get an Indian passport, even if you're there. I don't know what they do for 5 years, but it takes you 5 years normally. Don't ask me. Yeah. Now, Punjab want to play in Delhi forever. Are they for even 10 years? Kumar, it's not up to them. Punjab want to play in and around Chandigarh. For them, it doesn't make sense logistically to go out to Amritsar or Ludhiana, right? For them, rather to go that side, rather that side. Yes, from a logic, hey, you're in Punjab. It's not their Punjab. So therefore, I hope that in and around Chandigarh, they will be able to do something. To honest, this life link thing is in cricket also. Okay. I didn't know that. One has to be Indian resident to get Indian passport. And why should someone leave Europe if even other than football? Why would someone leave the quality life that one gets in Europe? Yeah, Sujal, that's the problem, no? That's the problem. The sporting reason is the only reason why someone, Um, so let's see. Will Yanda be interested in taking this if he gets it in 3 to 6 months? Hannibal, that is something that one has to ask. Under current circumstances, Jan was not interested, right? But again, the conversation has been also, XYZ player, this, that, everything. None of those conversations have happened. People are constructing interest of OCI players because people have liked stuff on social media. Someone has liked something from Ryan Williams, or Ryan Williams has liked stuff from others. That is not conversation, right? Well, no, in India, we need separate cricket package, football package, and other sport packages must separate that from films, web series. Yeah, Kumar, but who will be then interested in the football package? So, simple question to me: Who's going to be interested in the football package? What does Geo have that you would be interested in to have? Indian football. I don't know. So that's the problem now. Fan code is now risking on Indian football, which I find great. Give them a lot of credit for trying to do that. But otherwise, well, I don't know. Right. So therefore, for me, yeah, it's a very difficult one, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Right. 2 hours and 52 minutes, much longer than I intended to do this live watch along on this Thursday evening. Kerala Blasters beat Odisha FC 2-1 at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Kallur. A late Matthias Hernandez goal, and yeah, that was a big thing. So therefore, that's the reality. So that's the thing. I know Rhyme has got Indian passport with help of JSW. How do you know? Kumar, again, you guys sell something as if you know. Do you know what helped, why helped, what helped? No, you don't. Someone has posted something and you doesn't work, right? So therefore, um, you can read as much as you want on social media. Google, use AI, whatever, but you don't know. You can't. You were not there. You were not part of it. We'll see Fancourt numbers this season. Blue, yeah. Initial numbers from what I heard initially, they were very bad. So let's see if Fancourt actually comes up with real numbers. It's too funny. People are picking out 10, 12, 15, 18 Indian players playing abroad saying he should be taken into international. Yeah, because Sujal, our fans are desperate. Why do we celebrate things which no one else in the world would talk about or even think of celebrating? Because we're desperate for success. Our fan base is desperate. Look at Kerala Blasters, good example. Why is it imploding? Because the Blasters have not won anything in 12 years. Think about the Blasters being in a situation like, I don't know, like a Burnley or whatever. Yeah. So it's not happening. We're having Gaila same time to our to our idol, and Ajare in Indonesia. Hannibal, Aladin Ajare was an okay striker. Last season, he overperformed. And maybe this year he's not as good as that. Right. So that's the reality. Right. He had this breakout season last season at Northeast United. That's a reality, maybe. I don't know. Right. And with that, slowly I'll come to an end of this live. I'll be back tomorrow where Northeast United play FC Goa. Yeah, Northeast United FC Goa. For Northeast, of course, 5 points out of Mohammedan Sporting. Very, very big game tomorrow. They will need the points at home. And FC Goa, if they win, could move past Mumbai City into second spot. And the question tomorrow also is what's the weather in Guwahati? So let me quickly say then. Let me check if still this unseasonal rain is still on. Yep, tomorrow rains and thunder showers expected tomorrow. So let's see what happens. Um, Big game tomorrow night, and that's the thing. And Um, that's what it is. All I know how India works with Babu for a reason. All are connected. I know because I have some seen and know some because yeah, Kumar. But you're selling to me that you know what JSW did supposedly, right? I know you don't. I've heard. This is you know. So that's the point, Kumar. You some of you think because I've read this and in a lot of things there are a lot of other nuances. Random, you're claiming to be the part of a top academies are being promoted by shady Insta account. People are criticizing for not selecting. Animal, that's the problem. Instagram is becoming a problem because Instagram is becoming the new sort of the fraud X, so to say, in my opinion, in Indian football, because there people are promoting academies which do not exist in Europe. I think that the one or the other player is also AI generated, so the players don't even exist these days, right? I checked up a few, and then there are others where people are promoting talent and trying to send them over there because they're trying to make money. It's insane. It's insane what is happening. So therefore, yeah, let's focus on what we can do. Help me grow, Arun Foot, guys. Thanks a lot as always for all your support as always. Good discussion again after the game, which was an intense one. And for anyone who supports the Kerala Blasters, I think it was a big, big game. 62 likes of this video. Thank you very, very much. And 4,282 subscriptions. So we nearly gained 70 followers, the most ever gained by Arun Foot over a day. Thank you very much for that as well. And yeah, keep watching the short videos, supporting, spreading the word as well. Special shout out once more to Raj or Rajesh for all, and that you did on Twitter. And let's keep on fighting for the right, what is right for Indian football. It might not be easy, it might be tough, but guys, let's do that. And thanks a lot and good night. Catch you tomorrow, just before 5 p.m. for the Northeast United FC versus FC Goa game. Bye. See you tomorrow.